Talk Therapy Tuesday. I'm Tanya McLean-Nicholas, licensed marriage family therapist and owner of Renewed Hope Counseling. Boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. You've been hearing me say that all month long. Well, that's because boundaries are important and a catalyst to greater happiness and inner peace. So I'm going to complete my boundary conversation by focusing on setting boundaries that protect your marriage from different kinds of intruders. So today's topic, boundaries in marriage. So go ahead and grab your tea or your coffee, whichever you prefer, and let's dig in. We go through great lengths to protect our property, from building walls, putting up gates, adding cameras around our house, increasing security, and even putting scary-looking animals in our backyard to keep intruders out and away. And this holds true for your marriage as well. It is crucial to protect your marriage from the things that can harm it or tear it apart by creating a boundary or a barrier that keeps deadly intruders from getting in and destroying your marriage. An intruder can come in many forms, but its intention is to create confusion and disconnection between you and your spouse. The more confusion and disconnection you have in your relationship, the less trust, connection, and safety that you'll have. If you're not careful, these intruders will find a crack in the walls of your relationship and slowly and very subtly slip in. In other words, intruders will steal and disrupt your home and your marriage. In an attempt to guard your marriage against intruders, you have to be intentional about creating a boundary or a line around your life that only includes you and your spouse. Your marriage has to be a sacred space with limited access. That access being for you and your spouse only. So here are 3 things to consider setting boundaries around to guard and protect your marriage. These are common entrances where intruders will find their way in and pose a threat to your marriage. So the first one is set boundaries around your emotions. It is important to guard against any conversations that give access to parts of you that belongs only to your spouse. This could look like sharing concerns about your spouse, venting about your relationship, or just sharing intimate details about your desires, your wants, and your needs. This could be very dangerous on many levels. It opens the door for deeper connections with another person. Sharing negative details about your spouse opens the door for others to be offended by them. And once those concerns are resolved, the outsiders are still carrying the offense. A lot of communication is lost between spouses because it is finding its way out through other relationships. So be proactive about connecting and communicating with your spouse, sharing your heart, your feelings, and even your goals. Next, set boundaries around your interactions. Be deliberate and selective about your interactions with others. Are you keeping company with people who uphold the same values you have about honoring your spouse? Are you making choices to honor your spouse through appropriate word, deed, and behavior? Your spouse should have full access to your life, and there should be no secret about whom or how you're interacting. Be proactive and intentional about honoring your spouse through appropriate interaction. This strengthens the trust in the marriage. Finally, set boundaries around your time. Time is precious, and before you know it, it's gone. You can't get it back. A big intruder for couples is busyness and time stealers. The intrusion of people, electronics, social media, emails, outside hobbies, these things can get in the way of a couple spending quality time with one another. When building anything valuable, it takes an investment of time. And this may require you to be proactive, look at your schedules, and properly plan so that you have quality time in the future. Setting boundaries is good for your marriage, and it protects against intruders that compromise the safety of the marriage. And protecting against intruders, it's a daily task, but one of the most valuable to a strong and healthy marriage. Well, that's it for today. I hope that you enjoyed your tea with tea on this Talk Therapy Tuesday. I'm Tanya McLean-Nicholas, and I hope that you have a wonderful day.